Hello and good morning. Yeah, it's been raining in Lagos. Wow, and it's been a bit cool. The weather has been cool. Like I don't even have the fan on or any AC on inside this office. I just the temperature is just fine for me, and I hope it is for you. So, good morning, and let's see while Facebook is trying to inform that the live is going on and trying to get people to join. I will let me say I'm supposed to have some dancing, song with me. Because in everything we give thanks, in everything we give thanks, in everything we give thanks. We have to keep giving thanks. Welcome, Sadeshino. Thanks for joining me on this live this morning, which I'll be doing by the grace of God during this stay home. Good morning, sir. You're welcome to join me. And like I said, we'll be looking at what kind of activities can we do for bonding, because we have been, put back to stay home and spend more time with ourselves. Of course, not a planned vacation, but then due to the COVID-19, everybody is really mostly home. 90% of people are actually at home. So welcome this morning to my time out in the morning. And like I said, we'll be looking at bonding with our children in this time. Quite a number of people think they are bonded with their children, and quite a number of people think they know their children, but it's very obvious that not very many people actually know their children, and it is a time to take and consider doing this. Yesterday there was a live video on strategies on how to keep children safe. I hope you go back and watch it. It's on my timeline. It's also on my channel on YouTube. I'll be sharing that link later because I'll be uploading these videos to the YouTube channel. So welcome, and while we're still waiting for people to join in, where's my other phone? What am I doing? Okay, got it. I'll just try to quickly take a kind of recap of yesterday. Like I said, yesterday I shared about how to keep children safe during this crisis, because we have now been forced to stay indoor, so we need to know how to make sure our children are safe. Okay, all right. Okay, I was waiting for that. Okay, yesterday we looked at number one, knowing that majority of people who molest our children are people we know and they know. And now that we are in a confined environment with people who, of course, are family mostly, or paid help, we are still within a familiar construct, and we need to just be very awakened to our environment, and begin to try to really look into your home structure and not do the Nigerian thing of God forbid, I reject it cannot happen in my house, and all of that, to mostly wanting to make sure that your children are really safe. And secondly, we said start the children that you didn't have time to really scrutinize in terms of bathing them yourselves. For those who fall into that category, you need to take time out to really look at your children. I mean, physical body. Now, I'm not saying put children down and begin to violate them, because you want to make sure that certain parts of their bodies are intact. But spend time with the children. You'll be able to pick out things that, because you are occupied and focused on other things, you'll be able to actually notice things that you missed, and so that you don't end up falling into self-guilt, feeling, oh, I was careless, oh, I was not giving more attention to my child. That's the reason why one or other things could have happened to your child. And now, with what we're saying about safety, is not limited to sexual abuse. We're talking about physical, emotional form of abuses, and also within themselves. I just saw a video on WhatsApp just now where three children were being were lined up in sports outfit, football outfit, And their mom was saying, it's just one day and you have broken the television. So these are things that we'll be looking at in how to spend time with them. There are kind of activities to engage them, because children will always misbehave. That's why they're children. We can't expect them to be perfect. Even us as adults, we're not perfect either. So, and right now, I'm so free at home because my grandchildren are not around me, and my children are all grown up. But I know, because I spend a lot of time with children. Children are my favorite company to spend time with. So I can tell you that children are not always so prim and proper like we pretend and want them to be when it comes to parenting. So here we go. Today's topic is really looking at what should I be doing with my child? Yes, I know I'll spend that. So really what? So I mentioned yesterday as one of the tips that set aside time to spend with all of them generally, as one. That is, if you have more than one child, just have a general gathering, you just want to share with your children, gist with them, be a child again. Most of us don't know how to have fun anymore, really. We lost it. So you need to get that energy back to you, to be able to just jump on the sofa, on the seats with your children, and just spend some quality time with them, not being daddy and mommy. Sometimes you need to set aside that cap. It's like a cap, just lift it up and put it down, and do that. You're welcome, Paul Smith, and you're welcome, Wale Adetola. So this morning I said we're looking at what to do with the children. So set aside time to spend with them. It can be 20 minutes, it can be longer, it can even be shorter, but it's up to us. It is time you set aside each day to know that, see, this is our time today. We're gonna have fun today. It's our time. 20 minutes, we're gonna be jumping on the chairs, we're gonna be running at the table, we're gonna do some games. Just do something with your children. Spend time with them. Drop the hat, put the phone down, put the TV off, and stay with children. Leave COVID-19 alone and just spend quality time with them. You're welcome for Laromi. You're welcome Adebimpe and Aki Goldie. You're all welcome as you join me. So as I was saying, spend quality time with them. Now, ideas for babies and toddlers. Some of us have babies, whether we like it or not. We have different. Copy their facial expressions and sounds and make it to them. I do with my grandchildren, and they have fun. So these are times to just spend quality time. Your child learns expressions. That's for the toddlers, remember, and the babies. Sing songs, make music with pots, with spoons, table, just sing some. Maybe it's because it's me, but I think it's something we need to incorporate and be able to do with them, taking advantage of the time that is at hand with us. So it doesn't seem like it's endless time, and then it gets us to be agitated, it gets us to be stressed, because it's like all you're seeing is they are jumping, they are making noise, and you're not in tune into what the children are doing. You need to be able to get into that move with them. So also stack up cups and blocks, tell a story, read a book. I remember my fourth child, I spent 2 years with her from babyhood, and I was at home, of course, but then I spent time reading to her from 6 months. And she's one of the, in terms of reading, she's among my children. She has the traits of wanting to read. So you can start reading to your babies and toddlers at this time. So also you can ask your children what would they like to do. Choosing to build their self-esteem. Ask them, what would you like us to do? So it's not so much about you alone, bringing all the ideas on what you really want to be doing with them. They have ideas too, and it helps with their self-esteem, their self-confidence that, oh yes, I can actually suggest something and it is taken, and then we're actually doing what I suggested, and that gives a lot of boost to their self-confidence. And if they want to do something that isn't okay with physical distancing, we're talking about, don't forget social distancing and isolation. So you want to also incorporate all of the virus thing. Don't forget that we're talking about the time we are being put together, because of the coronavirus. So remember, social distancing. You still want to be able to incorporate those health tips into whatever. You can take that opportunity to talk to them about that again, which I'll do in another session later today. I'll be talking about how to really share the COVID virus with your children. And because people, we are seeing that with so much education going out even in the country, we're seeing a lot of people still not getting what it is. So now imagine them wanting to talk to their children about it, or how to manage, health and healthy tips within the home. So another one is just switch off the TV. Put TV up. This is virus-free time. Put off the TV, put off the phone, read a book, look at pictures, bring out albums again. And if you have to go through your phone or your laptop to look at backup pictures and talk about those fun times you had, or when they were babies, when they were small, when they were younger, for those who are older, and talk about those fun times and let them remember and talk about what they remember at those times. And you see how it seems like time passes and it's not like the stress. You're not thinking about money, you're not thinking about what is left in the storehouse. Maybe it's not enough, because there are different things that are concerns for different parents at this time, particularly those who are parents and those who have dependents on them at this time. Dance to music, do your old school and let them do their new school and rhyme in together, all the, that get into the groove with your children and show who wins, do teams, if you're more than 2 or 3, daddy, mommy, or it's just mommy, and some people are single parents, whatever, take advantage of this time to do that and help with schoolwork. Don't forget, school is still there. Listen to them, what are their concerns in school, and then you want to quickly take 1 or 2 things together and explain. Yes, we may not be able to remember some things that we did in school, but then you want to listen to your children and their concerns about school. So that's a part of the one-on-one time. Like I said yesterday, it's not you spend time with the children generally, and you still spend time with each one. You still have the me time for each of your children. We were raised, when you start telling a child of 3 or 2, share with your sister. We raised our children unconsciously. We were raised the same way, not knowing that you are telling them to put others before themselves. No, they need to think of themselves before they think of others. You have to have 2 shirts to be able to give one out. Not that you have only one and you want to give that one out. So we have been, and we call them cultural and values and those things, and they messed us up. We don't want to mess these children up. They are the future. And so do chores together. It's time to say, okay, you're going to clean your rooms, okay, or you're going to be the one mopping, or you're going, depending on the age, of course, age appropriate chores, and they can do, even the youngest ones can do something. They want to have a sense of belonging, so you want to the things we condition them to become. We start them when they're young. We were welcome, Auntie Laila and Ngozi Obona and Abraham. Thank you so much for joining. You find that a lot of things were put into us and conditioned us that messed up our psyche on being great humans, and some of us are working on that at this age. So you can take advantage at this time to even do research for yourself. To go online and do research. How do I talk to my children about this virus? How do I, quality? So those are some of the few things I've shared with you this morning, and I hope they are useful for you to take time out and bond with your children in this time, and as well keep them safe, not just from the virus, but from sexual abuse, from physical abuse, and all of that. And then also, I'll be talking later about today on how to share the coronavirus, health tips with your children, because it's so important. People just think we're just talking, coronavirus. Exactly how do you relate that to children? Because children are boxed in right now, and all over the world, they are saying, experts, even like me, we're telling you there's going to be a rise on child abuse, and child protection issues are going to come on rise. Why? Because people are confined against their wishes in-house. Stress levels, conflict situations are going to be rising up, so you want to take advantage. Thank you so much, Auntie Laila. Thank you. To know that you need to get yourself up, take advantage of coming online. It's not only just to come and read some forwarding messages that are not factual. Get to the expert situations, and yes, Auntie, you can rewatch and share. Thanks so much. And so that's is my tip for you this morning. Yesterday, someone told me, why didn't I go longer? Basically, videos are need to be fast, and so people can get what they need to get. You don't want to sit down and start not doing anything much online. So thank you so much for those who joined me this morning. I really appreciate everybody. Please go back, check the ideas to spend with your teenager, to spend with your children, to spend with the toddler, to spend with the different level of ages of children, and know that they can have fun at this time, and they don't need to break the TV set. Yes, yes. They just need to be occupied, and children will still misbehave. And we need to be able to manage conflicts. We need to be able to know how to manage our anger at this time. You can't take anger out on children. It's not their fault. They themselves would love to be in their schools with their friends, learning. And so we know how to manage that. We don't take it out on one another. Let's manage our stress levels very well. It's a time to sit back, reflect, and look at how the world is changing. The world is changing. Hear me again. The world is changing, and we need to catch up with it. We don't need to be left behind. God bless you, and have a wonderful day, and spend quality time with one another. Now, couples, don't forget to spend quality time with yourself too, while you are making sure the family are fine. God bless you all. Thank you. I hope nobody has any questions. So if you do have, I always try to come back in to answer those questions. So thanks so much for joining me, and God bless you. Hi, Jenny's just joining. We are just rounding up. Welcome. But you can always watch the replay. God bless you all. Ciao.